We're about to head out on a little fam jam road trip just to go and get some photographs of an abandoned gas station. Maybe we'll see some other cool stuff on the way there, on the way back. But Randy's wanted to go take pictures of this thing for a long time, so I'm really happy that we're finally going to get it done. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here, over there, where we're traveling. So let's see. And I mean, it also gets us an opportunity to kind of push limits with seeing how, you know, behavior in the car with the kids works for long distance trips, so we can work up to other trips and, you know, have a good time.
But if you'd like to contribute, we're raising money, so if you want to stop and take pictures of the festival, you gotta, the consent is $5 fee.
Okay.
And that goes towards garbage bin, because there's a lot of,
online thing?
no, it's here in person.
Okay.
You're on my land,
Okay.
right? My name's Anthony Powderface, and I live over there on over here and down the street. My uncle owns this land, and we own this land, so.
And how long has this been abandoned?
For like, I don't know, about 16 years.
Oh, it's like,
Yeah, for a long time.
okay. Well, if I can send everyone items in cash, that's cool. I'm all for it. So that's okay?
Yeah.
Because they're just gonna be a close up.
Straight on.
Shouldn't really be a surprise that there's a whole bunch of bees by the bee boxes. So I wanted to take a photo because I'd like to paint bee boxes. I took a photo like a year and a half ago or something and haven't used it yet. And I saw these when we were driving. So on the way back, I thought I'd get them. I'm definitely not going to get the angle I want. At this point, I'm just hoping I don't get stung. So I'm at the U of L. I don't know, I just wanted to go for a longer ride, so I started linking some trails and stuff, and then I decided, you know what? Let's go to Belly of the Beast, or into the Belly of the Beast. Which means I had to like climb up it, which I couldn't do half of it. So I had to walk up, and that was exhausting. But I haven't done this since last season. I haven't done any, not one West Side trail with Emma. That was more of just like a practice thing. That's not really a trail. I mean, there's a section of it that's a single track, barely. But yeah, I haven't done any West Side trails, and there's barely any West Side trails I've ever done in the first place. Into the Belly of the Beast is, you know, goes into a section where you cross the river anyway. No, I guess it's all technically West Side if it's Elizabeth Wetland side, so I don't know. Anyway, rambling. But I'm excited to kind of link some trails here together. I've been pretty flowy today, which is great. Yeah. haven't done this for a bit, and I'm excited to go down now that I've exhausted myself coming up. A little off track there. Woo! Well, come on. That could have been a lot worse. I don't know, I came around this side and then I don't know what happened there. Oh, I see. Well, maybe not. Weather's coming in. Still smells like hickory, luscious green, complete overcast, big raindrops. Oh, what a day. What a day to be alive. GoPro took a couple of seconds longer than I'm used to start recording. This is the first time the GoPro's gotten wet, like really wet, because I got caught in that rain earlier. I was gonna do the whole like throw it in a bag of rice thing, and then I just didn't. From my memory, it's supposed to be waterproof. You'd think that'd be something I would know, but I don't know. I just never got caught in the rain like that, and never got it really wet or dropped it in water or anything. So I'm hoping it is still functional and works as per usual, but it did get pretty wet. So I guess we'll have to see how the audio is and whatever else. That's really all I'm recording this for, is to figure out if that if it's still all good. So here's to hoping. It's been a couple days since George Floyd was killed. I have some things to say about it. I decided that I'm going to put that in a conversation, which will probably, well, it'll be out before the vlog is out. So if you haven't looked up that conversation, go do it. It'll be called something like ACAB and FTP, something like that, where I go into those acronyms and explain a little bit about them and my context with them, or my relationship with those acronyms and how I'm feeling right now. I will say a little bit that I don't know. Sometimes people assume this type of thing affects me more than it does, just being a person of color, but I also sometimes don't even think of myself as a person of color that much, as often as I should, and other times people don't think of me as a person of color at all. They forget that I am. They just, because the way I was raised, my knowledge being white, which is a phrase that I'm sure I'll get into again in the conversation that I'm talking about here. I did have a conversation once, like, all about how people forget that I'm not white, or that I am a person of color, or just kind of it doesn't enter their mind, and they don't realize the things that I have had to deal with in the past. But admittedly, I haven't had to deal with that many things in the past that other people of color have had to. So anyway, at the very end of this video, one of the thumbnails, instead of it being an older vlog, it'll be that conversation, or, yeah, it'll be, I guess, about, I had two conversations, or I had like a story time and I had a conversation, both had to do with being a person of color and racism and stuff. So I will, I'll have those thumbnail links at the end of the vlog here, but that conversation is something that I plan to talk about tomorrow in the studio, and there's obviously a lot going on right now with, you know, riots, people protesting, some legal stuff going on, like we're in the midst of this. I will say right now that I feel happy that things are getting to an extreme point, because maybe there will be some change, whereas in the past, when other things have happened, I don't think that the voices were heard because they were stomped out quicker than they are being stomped out now. But admittedly, I am not being a voice myself as much as I could be. But we'll talk about that later. So when I checked the wind yesterday, I decided, you know what, I'm going to ride in Tabor because it's much less windy there, and here it was going to be like 50-something K and whatever else. So I said nope. And then 2 hours ago I checked again and said, you know what, the wind's settled down a lot, and it would be definitely manageable to ride here. I haven't ridden 6 Mile yet this season, so I thought I would do that. And then I got here 2 hours after checking, and it's like 50K, so that's cool. Should have gone to Tabor, but I am here, so I'm going to ride 6 Mile. Be careful where you park your bike. I had this on the ground for like 30 seconds. I was right in an anthill. And these ants don't look too friendly. I don't know, the red on them scares me. Get out of here. Get. I don't need that in my life. I do not. Look at these crazy critters. Made a realization this week that biking is more of a priority than creating art, which is a weird realization to have. So ideally I can do both, you know, but it depends on the week, depends on the day when I get free time. You know, like every other Sunday, I can almost guarantee myself I can do both, because I can leave at 8 a.m. and I may not be, like, I won't have to be back till like 5 p.m. So generally, you know, riding a trail, maybe 2 hours, like with travel time and getting things ready and wrapping things up and whatever. So I have plenty of time to go to the studio, but that's once every 2 weeks. On a Wednesday, you know, when I may have only 5 hours of time, like, you know, including travel time and whatever else, I mean, like, it's kind of one or the other. I mean, that's not true. I can go biking, but then if I go to the studio, it's kind of like I'm not going to be able to be productive in the sense of creating any art. Maybe I could prepare some art or put some finishes on stuff, or do some reading, some research, some writing, whatever. Chill out, hang out in the studio. I have been really missing the studio, but again, I am making a conscious choice to go biking instead of spending all these hours in the studio. So I'm really enjoying being on my bike right now. I'm really enjoying the progress that I've been making, specifically when it comes to flow. Just being able, like, my trail vision, I find, is getting better when I mean, it's going hand in hand with being able to flow much better. So just like going down, or just allowing myself to have more speed, and my handling on the trail is better because my trail vision is better. So I can look way up ahead, and my hands are just responding in the right way to maneuver me around the obstacles that I see without needing to brake. That has been really fun. I've been really enjoying seeing my progress in that area, and I've also been really enjoying exploring Tabor. So I just, like, it's really, I don't know, like I said, I miss the studio, but the times I miss it the most, where I'm like, man, I really wish I was being productive there, are times where I'm at home and, like, I don't want to be at home. Like, times where I like, things aren't going well with timing, and things should be done more efficiently and faster and whatever, and yet I'm still there, and I'm thinking, like, man, these are times I could be, sometimes I think these are times I could be out biking, but generally I think I'm getting enough biking in, because with Emma, I am generally biking a couple times a week, whether it be trails or just biking around town or something that at least gets me on my bike and gets me moving, and that's nice. And then, you know, hitting trails approximately, you know, by myself, I once or twice a week. It just depends on the week, depends on the weather, etc. That's nice. Like, I mean, if that was all I was doing, I'd want to bike more, but because I'm getting out with Emma a bit, I'm still getting enough biking. But I mean, if I had every day open, I would be biking and studioing like all day. Like if I had no other commitments, no other way to spend my time, I'd be doing that for sure. But yeah, I'm just missing being productive artistically when I'm at home. Again, there's still some things I can do about that, but I just made this realization that I am spending my time biking. Like that is what I am doing when I have the time. Every once in a while, I feel like, man, I kind of wish it would rain on one of the days that I need to go to the studio, or on one of the days that I get time. Like that's what I wish it would like rain so I can't bike. Like I guess it's gonna be a forced studio day, like, and I'll take advantage of it and really try to be constructive with that time. But you know, if I have the choice, I'm gonna go bike right now, and I'm gonna get into the studio for a little tiny bit. That's just where I'm at. Like there are so many other creative endeavors that I need to do, that I need to work on, that I need to like be present and be, I don't know, it's just a weird realization, because I've never really, I don't feel less passion for art, and I still want to push myself to, man, like there's this short story that I was writing was another idea for something I was writing. Like I want to do more writing in the fiction sense. I would like to do more writing, just my personal writing that I was doing, that I left behind. You know, there's still the question of the blog, and I've really abandoned that. And you know, just doing more reading even. Like there's so many things that I just need to use my time more efficiently at home. But like I am enjoying just the progression of biking so much, and like being constructive with it. It's just I don't know, there's things, again, when it comes back to discipline, there's things that I'm annoyed at with myself, because I'm not disciplined enough to want to put in the work to work on certain things, because they're not fun to work on. Like riding a trail and getting better at riding trails, getting better at descents, you know, and like I said, like speed and handling and flowy parts and whatever, that's fun to work on. Learning how to bunny hop isn't very fun, you know. Learning how to manual, which would be my first step into bunny hopping, not very fun to work on, so I haven't been doing that. But it would be a great skill. Learning how to endo, like there's things that like I would love to do and just be on my bike more, and I don't know, but it's not fun, so I'm not going to do it. Anyway, that was just the realization I had. Really long-winded way of saying I'm realizing that I am prioritizing biking more than I am creating art right now.
I don't know what you said to me.
Which time?
That whole thing. I heard the van.
I said that there's an auto shop over by Jail Road and 43rd.
Yeah.
There's a van that's painted up like that. I don't know if it's the same one or not.
Why do they move so slow?
Am I looking? So we were just at the protest. I didn't really have any desire to go at first, and then Randy expressed that she would like to go and take pictures and stuff, and I was going to be with Emma in town anyway, and I was like, hey, let's go together. I don't know, there's this thing about me that is like, again, Lethbridge protest city, like where I feel weird about it, like, and I didn't want to be involved in it. Taking pictures of it was a little different thing. Getting some footage of it, it's not that I don't want to be involved because I, you know, have differences with the cause, because I don't, and that should be obvious, but I just don't know what it's for sometimes. Like this whole standing in solidarity, that thing I understand, and if we had any incidences here that we could point to that were a thing that I don't know, it's just, I won't get too heavy into why I don't know. I've had a vlog before about Lethbridge protest city and affecting change and stuff like that. Anyway, but I'll insert some pictures here. They are Randy's pictures. I didn't take. Maybe I took one picture, and so and it's probably of Randy, but I think the only ones I'll insert here are all Randy's pictures with her permission. So the only other thing I want to talk about really quick before I wrap things up is that this photo that I'll insert actually right now Randy took as we were leaving, and this is kind of just like saying all lives matter. Like, what was the point of this, dude? Like, why do you need to tell us that you've had only positive experiences with the Lethbridge Police Service? Cool story. I'm sure there's people who have not. I'm sure there's plenty of people that might happen to just not be also white dudes that have had horrible experiences, and some of that may be based on the fact that they're Aboriginal. It may be based on the fact that they're Aboriginal and homeless or whatever. I don't know, you know, like I can only imagine that I'm sure there's plenty of people who have had negative experiences with the Lethbridge Police Service, and I don't mean negative because they were in the wrong. I mean negative because they didn't handle things the way they should have handled it. I mean, what about that lady wearing the stormtrooper costume? That was a pretty negative experience, I think. And I mean, they couldn't tell who was in the suit, right? But there you go. Like, that's from what I saw. A Caucasian woman, she had a negative experience. Like, this dude telling us that he had only positive experiences, that's great. Cool story. I mean, even deer have negative experiences with the police service here, getting run over back and forth how many times rather than just getting shot humanely. But anyway, so yeah, that's that photo. But I'm going to insert the other pictures here from City Hall and the peaceful protest gathering in solidarity for Black Lives Matter, etc. That was held there today. And that is going to cap off the vlog for this week. And we'll get to some more stuff later. And I feel really weird right now. So, see you on another time.